Hey y'all, it's Hannah Geiser. You're listening to Hank Jr. on Hank's Corner.
Welcome to another exciting episode of Hank's Corner. I'm Hank Jr. You know who I am. I'm documenting life's moments through photography, videography, and of course, podcasting. And I am so excited about having my next guest on the show. She recently was featured on a New Music Friday post with her most recent song, Hometown Tragic Queen, that came out on October 11th. Please welcome to Hank's Corner, Hannah Geiser. Hannah, welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
I'm so glad that you decided to come on, and I like the setup that you have there in the background. Tell us a little bit about that. Is this your room, your studio, or what's all that back there?
Yes. This is like I'm in my music space right now. I've got like a comfy couch and like a record area. It's kind of like my writing space as well. When I have friends over for co-writes, like we head up to the music area and just, go away at writing. But this is like just guitar collection, manifesting the Bluebird, played the listening room about a year ago. So like all the collection of things up here.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome. And when I call myself, Hank's Corner or the program Hank's Corner, it really is pretty much a corner because that's all my wife gives me. So I'm glad that you have a space with a nice little couch. I got this amount of room that I got to fit my pictures in, and I'm on a hard chair. But hey, I make it work, and I do like how you decorate it. But those who know me and follow me know that Hank's Corner is located somewhere in the Tampa Bay area in Florida. Where are you calling in from?
I'm calling in from Nashville, Tennessee.
All right. And how long have you been in Nashville now?
I've been in Nashville I just hit 3 years in August. But I moved here obviously to pursue music, but I'm finishing up school at Belmont University as well. So it's been 3 years of school and writing and performing and just all the things.
Yeah, and it's so awesome right now because I almost feel in a way that I'm kind of auditing the class at Belmont because there are so many people that I've talked to that are they're at the school right now, and of course a lot of people I've talked to have graduated from there, but there's a lot of people there at Belmont right now, and it's so cool to see all the people that's going through, and when everybody starts graduating, we're going to have a bunch of great musicians, including yourself, coming out from there. But where were you before Nashville?
Yeah, so I grew up in the good old Midwest, specifically Indiana. Hannah from Indiana is kind of what my friends call me these days. But like right on Lake Michigan, about 45 minutes from Chicago that's where home is.
Yeah, and I don't have much to do with Indiana. I've never gotten the opportunity to really be there. The only time I even went through Indiana was when I was living in Texas a few years back. We had a pretty much a cross country trip that we were going from there to another hometown of mine out in the Philadelphia area, and we took the long way around to see many different people and everything. And we went through Indianapolis, and I got to see the Colts Stadium, and that was pretty much it. I kept on going. I didn't have enough time to stop in Indiana. And one of these days, I'm going to have to do that because I've had now several artists from that great state, and I just got to get out that way.
Yeah, definitely. I will say, where I live, being the very tippity top of the state, and traveling home, it's a lot of corn, a lot of flat land, a lot of time to sit with your thoughts. But I mean, driving through those cornfields and back roads of Indiana, like definitely has inspired a lot of my songwriting. So like it's got its pros and cons when you're visiting the States for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And, of course, like you said, it depends on where you are in the state, what you're going to find. And that's with any state. But, talking about hometowns and where you're from, and your latest song that you have out is called Hometown Tragic Queen. A little bit of a tongue twister for me because, as I mentioned offline, I do struggle sometimes with talking, but a little bit of a tongue twister, but I got it right. And I'm loving the song. And as a matter of fact, one of the people that have been on my show, Vanessa Lynn Bird, commented on one of your posts that she says she is obsessed with that song. So tell us a little bit about, for those who are living under a rock who have not heard the song yet, tell us about the Hometown Tragic Queen.
Yes. So, actually, when I first started writing the song, I had no title at all. I kind of was just in this sort of state of mind where I was really struggling with being here in Nashville. It had been my dream to move here for the longest time. But when I got here, it was kind of, I don't want to say a rude awakening, but a little bit of a rude awakening of just like, it's not all butterflies and roses and all the fun things. Like, it's a hard town. But so I kind of just started writing it in a place of just like struggle and just getting my emotions out. And I actually was reading an autobiography about Tammy Wynette and, her tragic story of battling with mental health and all the things. And I found myself really relating to her in some ways. And I tied her story with mine, and Hometown Tragic Queen came out of it. But I started writing it back in like 2022. And just really, really sat with it, and it came to be this year. So yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes that happens where you sit on a song for a bit, or you kind of work at it, or you wait for the right time to kind of put it out. And like I said, if Vanessa Lynn Bird thinks it's awesome, then it definitely is awesome. And I would be honored if you'd be willing to play that here on Hank's Corner today.
Absolutely, sure thing. Yeah. Hometown tragic queen, hunting down her wildest dreams, nowhere left to go. The wind is taking her mind, hoping they don't mind her kind, too far north of the line. Ooh, the air is dry and stakes are high. Ooh, she knows how to put up a fight, too far from the mountains, too close to the sea. She can't help where she comes from, but she'll sure make you believe she's the hometown tragic queen. Mississippi tough in her bones, but she's drowning out her very own. Losing the pills were all she could thrill. They all loved her name, glorified her sick days. They didn't know they were digging her grave. Ooh, the air is dry and sticks are high. Ooh, she knows how to put up a fight alone, too far from the mountains, too close to the sea. She can't help where she comes from, but she'll sure make you believe she's the tragic queen. They all knew she couldn't win this world. They all knew the pain and woe. The hometown tragic queen. Hometown tragedy. It's too far from the mountains, too close to the sea. She can't help where she comes from, but she'll sure make you believe she's the hometown tragic queen. Oh. Hometown tragic queen. Hometown tragedy.
And that was Hannah Geiser singing her most recent song, Hometown Tragic Queen, here on Hank's Corner. I'm Hank Jr., and that was awesome. The only thing is now it puts me in a little bit of a dilemma. Am I going to, continue to stream it on Spotify, or am I going to play this version over and over? I definitely love to hear it here, and thanks for doing that.
Thank you for letting me do it.
Now, the second section of Hank's Corner, I usually try to keep it the same. Part of my tagline, my tagline actually is, documenting life's moments through photography, videography, and podcasting. And, this, I love to give the opportunity for the artists to, document their, life's moments here on my podcast. But before we kind of branch into that, I want to hear your three statements for the two truths and a lie. And then I'm going to have to try to figure out as we go through this podcast without directly asking you questions that might give it away. Try to figure out, do I know which ones are the two truths and which one's the lie? So if you would love to play that with me, I would love to do that.
Oh, absolutely. Let's play it.
All right. Hit me with your best shot.
Okay. So my first one is I didn't grow up in a household listening to country music. Second one is my writing inspiration comes from traditional country classics. And then my third one would be I started playing guitar at 19.
All right. So you're definitely going to make this difficult for me, because I am definitely going to have to switch some of my questions up on how we talk about this. But you said that you didn't grow up listening to country music in your household. And if that is true, I am so sorry that was the case. Hopefully that's not true, but we'll try to figure out. You said that, a lot of your influences and your writing style comes from country classics, correct? Is that how you phrased it, sort of?
Yes.
All right. And then the last one you said was that you started playing guitar at 19. So, by the end of the show, I'm going to have to check my best guess and see if I can figure out, which ones they are. So like I said, I am going to have to tailor my questions a little bit different, especially as we document life's moments. So we don't give that away too early. Those at home, you're going to have to wait. No, you can't fast forward. You're going to have to wait till we get towards the end of the show to figure that out. Tell me a little bit about your story, where, you come from Indiana and then you kind of make it to Nashville. What made you decide, hey, I like playing music and this may be something I want to pursue as a career?
Yeah, definitely. Well, my first memories as a child were literally performing on the back of my dad's pickup truck, just singing and performing to my Barbies. That was my crowd. That was my stadium in a sense. And I took a trip with my family when I was about 8 or 9 years old to Nashville for the first time. And we visited the Country Music Hall of Fame. And I remember then, and my parents even remember this, me telling them, "Mom and Dad, as soon as I can, I'm moving to Nashville to pursue my dreams of being a songwriter and a performer." And when I was applying to colleges, I mean, that where I came from, it was very traditional to go to college once you finished high school. So, I mean, when I was looking at schools and stuff, it was right when the pandemic hit, and I was just kind of like, I know what my dreams are. I know where I need to be. Let's just look up schools in Nashville. And I applied to every single one. And very grateful to say I was able to I was able to decide where I wanted to be. And I chose Belmont. And I mean, as soon as I got to Belmont in Nashville, I was definitely scared. I was definitely just like I said before, I dreamed about being here for so long, and then I got here and I was like, this is a lot harder than I thought. But I was able to find really good community and, make friends along the way. And I'm so grateful for all the ups and downs and my parents and my family's support to allow me to be here. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's awesome. And of course, I don't have any natural music abilities. I picked up a guitar way earlier than 19, and I put it down way earlier than 19 because I just really, it wasn't going to be for me. Same thing with the keyboard slash piano. I mean, I could do some things, but we knew music wasn't for me. But I did get the Nashville bug the first time that I went there. I just thought that something about Nashville, it really attracts. Some people, it may be something like New York City or something like that, but Nashville has always attracted me from day one, and any chance that I get to go back, I love doing that. And I know that there's a lot of challenges, not for me because I'm going there to have a good time, or I'm doing photography for the artists and giving them complimentary videos and whatever I can do to help support them, so it's not as hard for me. But I know that as an artist you struggle, and there's good days and bad days for different reasons. But I've also known that Belmont, Nashville as a whole is kind of very family oriented. And I say family oriented, it's that you gain a family, and even though in some ways, yeah, you are in competition with each other, I hear more stories about building each other up. And was that the case for you? And if so, who were some of the people that kind of took you under their wing and kind of helped you survive there in Nashville?
Yeah, definitely. I would say like some songwriter friends like Maddie Rose. She is a Texas girl and loves her traditional country just like me. Um, and another friend of mine would be Aniston Pate, like those kind of girls. Honestly, a lot of Texas girls, which I've never been to Texas, but I love all the people from there for sure. I've made some good friends from there.
Well, that's great to hear, because those that follow me know that even though I am here in the Tampa Bay area, I grew up, I was born and raised in Texas. And, I went away for a few years, ended up going back there for many more years. So, always Texas is going to be my home. I'm a Texan, and I'm glad to hear that you like Texas and Texans. And, some people say, well, I wasn't born in Texas, but I got there as soon as I could. So hopefully you get the opportunity to go and visit that great state, maybe even do a tour around there. And, just because there's a lot of great artists that I know that are out there, and it'd be great to hook up with.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so as far as touring, though, I mean, I don't know if you've done much touring, but given the opportunity to go different places, I mean, obviously people will say that I definitely want to be on the Grand Ole Opry, or the big stages like that. So we'll just take that off the table and say, given the opportunity to play anywhere, United States, the world, where would you like to go see? Where would you like to go play?
Yeah, absolutely. Funny enough, you say that. I kind of have been doing some journaling. I've found that I really need to write out my thoughts, not just in a songwriting format. And I was journaling the other night, and I was writing down some of the places that I would love to go for music purposes. And definitely on my list is Texas, and then Montana is a big one. I would really love to go to Montana. Um, and those would probably be my top two. I mean, for sure to tour at. Yeah.
Well, we're going to have to add a third one in there, and maybe the top three will, come down to the Tampa Bay area. Would love to have you down here. We got a venue called the Tico, which is in Land O'Lakes, Florida, where I'm associated with. I love bringing artists in there, and maybe one day we'll get you there. But in the meantime, we're just going to have to listen to your music, and I think it'd be perfect now to play a cowboy and a dreamer here on Hank's Corner.
Texas down to New Orleans, chasing nothing but a cowboy dream, roping, wrangling all his fantasies. She can't catch a break, her 9 to 5, smelling like a whiskey and breaking the fights, wishing her day job was looking more like her daydreams. He was chasing that I-65 mountain. She was looking for a chance to come through. Both want to move fast, and both had nothing to lose. Oh, and a cowboy and a dreamer meet in the middle. The bar when he walked in, wild and reckless like the western winds. He reflected her mind, and he was lost in her eyes. He was chasing that I-65 mountain. She was looking for a chance to come through. Both want to move fast, and both had nothing to lose.
Welcome back to Hank's Corner. I'm Hank Jr. here with my special guest, Hannah Geiser, and you just heard A Cowboy and a Dreamer. Such a cool song, and I definitely love hearing that one. It just kind of takes me back the way the song is just kind of set, and that might be giving away something there, but I do love that, and we're talking a little bit about places that you've would like to go. Where are some of the places that you're touring there in Nashville? I should say touring, but some people call it gigging or whatever. Where could somebody find you?
Yeah, I mean, I spend a lot of time in Midtown here in Nashville, like Losers and Live Oak, and sometimes even like the Distillery. But I'm also kind of branching outside of Nashville and playing in surrounding cities like Clarksville and Franklin, Thompson Station. I kind of branch out in those ways. And when I can, I like to go back to Indiana and play in my hometown. I actually got to play my song release show for Hometown Tragic Queen in my hometown, which was super cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. And we got a little snippet of you, playing here for us, and I'm hoping that we'll get one more a little bit in down the road here. But should somebody actually come, to see you perform live, what should they expect from a Hannah Geiser performance?
Oh, yeah. I mean, definitely more like traditional country, some country rock. I like to bend the ways of traditional country rock, blues. So, I mean, I'll be doing anything from Patty Loveless to like Stevie Nicks to just all sorts of things. I mean, I love blending those ways of music.
And do you do mostly acoustic sets, or do you have a band? How does that work?
I do have a band. A lot of my close friends actually played on my songs that have been coming out. So I have a band, but I tend to kind of like to do some more chill acoustic vibes. Sometimes I'll bring my good friend James Zipvell, who is a fiddle player and a mandolin player. So we'll do some things together, and yeah, tend to do some acoustics. It's a more personal experience, and it really helps me kind of become, personal with the audience and connect with people. And that's my biggest thing, is connecting with people. So that's kind of why I tend to go that way when I perform.
Yeah, and that's awesome, because I'm going to be honest with you. Over the years, and of course, I grew up in a different area where I didn't have the social media, and you couldn't really be personal like I am here with you, even though you're miles away. So as a kid, we got to see the big artists that make it, and when you got tickets, they're always big names that you went to go see in stadiums or arenas, and that's who you got to see. And that was okay when I was younger, and it was okay when I had a budget. But then you get a family, and then you get a house, and honestly, right now, I mean, I've seen Alan Jackson like probably, I don't know, 13 times over the years, and he's coming to the Tampa Bay area, shortly after we're recording this episode. But I just can't afford to keep doing that, because I just don't want to pay, close to $200, and then it's not personal. It's at a distance, and he is so awesome. I'll see him 100 times if it was free, guarantee. But I was just telling this to somebody just the other night, that it's so great to be able to talk and get to know the artist on a personal level, what their music is about, and not just seeing them rock up on stage, which is cool. But I definitely love that. So when you do get big, I don't want you to lose that. Please don't lose that. Keep at least, even though if you start doing some of the big shows, keep at least some of the smaller ones that people can come to and just have that personal experience.
Oh, absolutely. I love it. I mean, when I am performing, and sometimes it's a short set, it's a 3-hour set, whatever it is, I always tell people, hey, I'd love to come talk to you afterwards, get to know you, make some friends. I like to have a personal connection with my listeners. So that's huge for me too.
All right. Well, let's keep it personal if you don't mind. I would love for you to play your very first song that you came out with, which was Exit Signed here on Hank's Corner.
Yeah, absolutely. I wrote this one with my good friend Allie Rohr, who's an awesome songwriter and friend of mine. And it's a little bit about those signs, the sign to go, the sign to leave. And it always kind of comes up when you least expect it.
I've been biting my tongue, sick of holding this weight. It's been too long. Sitting at the kitchen table, pour myself another drink. Look at the clock on the mantle, I don't know what to think. When you walked in with your button down inside out, and so I took my keys and I'm headed nowhere now. Red sun dropping in the rear view, hauling 85 down the 212. Cigarette lit in my left hand, trying so hard not to get put down. Watched you cause a wreck again. I'm done with this playing pretend. Leaving this time, guess was my exit sign. Oh yeah. See it clearly now, I was just your dead end road. Once the fuse burnt out, left me all alone. Red sun dropping in the rear view, hauling 85 down the 212. Cigarette lit in my left hand, trying so hard not to give a damn. Watched you cause a wreck again. I'm done with this playing pretend. Leaving this time, guess was my exit sign. Oh, oh. I was just your rest stop, you couldn't wait to get out. So I took my keys and I'm headed nowhere now. Red sun dropping in the rear view, hauling 85 down the 212. Cigarette lit in my left hand, trying so hard not to give a damn. Watched you cause a wreck again. I'm done with this playing pretend. Leaving this time, this was my exit sign. Oh, oh, yeah, yeah.
And that's Hannah Geiser with Exit Sign here on Hank's Corner. And it's almost time to exit, but we're not quite there yet because I have to make sure that, I take my stab at the two truths and a lie. So we're going to try to figure that out here real quick. And, it can be a little tricky. And I'm not on a roll. I'm on a roll the wrong way because I haven't been guessing these right in the last couple of podcasts. So hopefully, I can change my luck here. And, early on, you said that you did not grow up listening to country music in your household. But then you turned it around and said that country classics, kind of influenced your writing and that you started playing the guitar at 19. And here's the way that I'm going to look at it. I think you're too good of a guitar player to say that you've started at 19. That doesn't mean you didn't start later and pick it up a lot faster. But I'm going to say that you did grow up listening to country music. Country classics are a big influence on you, but 19 is the lie.
No.
Oh, okay. So
well, thanks for the guitar compliment.
so you did not listen to country when you were younger then. That's what I was kind of, or am I wrong on that one too?
I think the question kind of got turned around, or like the statement got turned around. So my so the statement was that I didn't grow up in a household that listened to country music.
Oh, so see, I should have done my homework and done a little bit better on writing down the notes correctly. So your household didn't listen to country music.
Yes. So like growing up kind of on the outskirts of Chicago, country music isn't as cool as I think it is. And so growing up, my dad listened to like rock and roll, AC/DC, he rode a motorcycle. He was kind of hardcore like that. And my mom was more of the like 80s classics. So I really believe that country music just kind of found me because I was the only one who loved it.
You broke the
So
mold and went out on your own on that then.
I really did, and it's stuck with me to this day. Yeah.
All right. So, let that be a lesson to everybody here. I mean, it's a simple game for fun, but man, if you don't listen correctly and you don't write it down correctly, you could get something totally wrong. So, pay attention. I'm sure my wife tells me that all the time, and I just don't realize that I'm not paying attention. But you did stump me here, with the two truths and a lie. And, I do want to wrap it up, talk a little bit about the holiday season that we're in right now. And, I love the holiday season for so many reasons. Do you like the holiday season? And if so, why? And do you have any holiday traditions?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, for me, the holidays, like for real, have started a long time ago. I was decorating for Halloween in August and like all the things as far as like the time of the year where you go into Home Goods, you're going to Target, and your basket is full of just decor. I love this time of year. But holiday traditions, definitely just spending as much time with family as I can, as I am so far away majority of the year. The more people I can see, the happier I am, So just that's my favorite part of the holidays, and those are traditions that I'll always have is spending time with family.
Yeah, that's awesome. And, of course, after the holiday season comes the New Year. Some people do New Year's resolutions, some people put goals, whatever it may be. What should we expect from Hannah Geiser in the new year?
Yeah, well, you can definitely expect more music, more storytelling headed your way.
All right. And of course, that new music can be found on, my Facebook page where I do my new music Friday post, out there. So be sure to be checking that out every Friday. Hannah's been featured on there and I'm sure she's going to be featured many more times to come. So, Hannah, I really appreciate you taking the time coming on the podcast and playing this music for us. It's been a great time. If you ever want to be a guest on Hank's Corner, you're more than welcome to.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This was so fun.
It's that time of the night